Muhammad gets a revelation in a cave, no eyewitnesses, and then his wife convinces him that he's a prophet sent from God, but he was going to he thought a demon was interacting with him.
Precisely.
Can you explain that whole?
According to the most authentic collection of narrations attributed to Muhammad from the Sunni paradigm, Sahih Bukhari, Sahih meaning sound, Al-Bukhari, a man named Al-Bukhari collected what he deemed to be the most authentic narrations. So he claims that as he was fasting, and there the traditions say that he was observing Ramadan, and a spirit appeared to him. Spirit told him read or recite, because the Arabic word for read or recite, iqra, can mean read or recite. It depends on the context. So if you have a book and I say iqra, that means read. Or I can say iqra and then I'll recite words, meaning now repeat after me.
Gotcha.
So according to tradition, the spirit says to him read or recite. There's a debate because there are some narrations that are contradictory, but we'll go with the popular and the normative understanding. He said to him, read. Muhammad said, I don't know how to read. So the spirit squeezed him to the point that Muhammad, this is actually, you go to sunnah.com, it's volume 1, number 3 of Sahih Bukhari. The spirit is spiritually violating him because he felt like he was going to die. But notice how many times the spirit's going to now violate him psychologically, and it gets him to want to commit suicide. Now watch. That was the first time he did it, right?
Wow. Yep.
Now watch.
Then he released me and again asked me to read, and I replied, I do not know how to read.
You would think that the angel already know that Muhammad can't read, right? If Allah is sending him, does Allah know the condition of this man, that he's illiterate? Yeah. So why ask him to do something he can't do and then torture him for not doing it?
Yeah.
See, Islam itself is just demonic at its core, irrational, incoherent, unintelligible. But now watch what happens. So he asked him again, read. I don't know how to read, so what did he do?
And then it says that the angel came to him and asked him to read. He did it again. It says, therefore he caught me up for a third time and pressed me and then released me and said, read in the name of your Lord.
So he tortured him 3 times. 3 times. And after the 3rd time, after pressing the life out of him to the point he thought, I want to be killed. Then he says, recite the first 3 verses of chapter 96, Surah Al-Alaq, right? The chapter of the cloud.
Yeah.
So he said, now repeat after me. Now what happens though? Keep reading.
He says, read, and your Lord is the most generous. Then Allah's messenger returned with the inspiration and with his heart beating severely. Then he went to Khadijah
bin Khuwaylid
and said, cover me, cover me.
In other words, you know how when a child's afraid of the boogeyman, what do?
Yeah.
They run under the covers, right?
Yep.
He's so petrified and horrified that he asks his wife to cover him from the boogeyman, and he's shivering. Hide me from him. So what happens? Now watch.
Cover me, cover me. They covered him till his fear was over. And after that, he told her everything that had happened and said, I fear that something may happen to me.
Now, other reports say, I think I'm demon possessed. He says Majnoon. Majnoon means possessed of a jinn. Now, before you don't lose your place, because I'm going to show you. In Islam, you don't just have angels. You also have a class of creatures called jinn.
Okay.
You know what jinn are?
No.
Genies.
Interesting.
That's what a jinn is a genie. So have you ever wondered, you and your bodyguard over here, that handsome lad, are you making me look skinny, by the way? Because I gained 30 pounds. I'm trying to go on 97. Make sure my love handles, or I'm going to get the jinn to come and squeeze you. All right, but coming back to the issue, have you ever wondered, you and your bodyguard over here, who guards that body of yours so that your wife knows that you're safe, have you ever wondered why genies look like Arabs? Have you looked like Aladdin and the magic lamp? They look like Arabs, don't they?
They do.
Why? Because it comes out of Islam and Arabic religion.
Wow.
So what you think are mythical creatures, Islam says no, they're real beings. Genies actually exist. Now, let me just, before you finish it, I'm going to explain the difference between angels, genies, and humans. Genies, like humans, can cohabit and have sex. In fact, genies can also have sex with humans and get them pregnant. Genies also are shapeshifters. Though they die, they live much longer than humans and have abilities humans don't have. Genies, like humans, have the power to choose a religion. So in Islam, there are good genies and bad genies. The good genies are those who are Muslim. The bad genies are the Christian genies or the Jewish genie. Yeah, it's Islam. They're genies who follow Judaism. Now, Satan is a genie in Islam. Chapter 18, verse 50 says Satan, whose name is Iblis, he's a genie. So we are taught that Satan is an angel. They are taught Satan is a genie. But that's what I want you to see. He thought he was demon possessed by a genie.
Yeah,
so he goes, cover me,
odd.
I fear. Get to the part where it says, I fear.
And it says, Khadijah replied, never, By Allah will never disgrace you. You keep good relations with your kith and kin, help the poor and the destitute, serve your guests generously, and assist the deserving calamity afflicted ones. Khadijah then accompanied him to her cousin.
Waraqah bin Nawfal. Now let's explain what happened here. She said, you're such a good man and a pious man. Allah would never allow you to be demon-possessed. She takes him to her first cousin, Waraqah bin Nawfal, and he's a Christian. And it says, right, you'll read it, Christian. He used to read and write the gospel in Arabic and in other versions in Hebrew. A Christian. So she says, you're the religious man, you're the Christian, you know the gospel. What say you? So take it from there.
So it says, he who during the pre-Islamic period became a Christian and used to write the writing with Hebrew letters. He would write from the gospel in Hebrew as much as Allah wished him to write. He was an old man and had lost his eyesight. Khadijah said to
Waraqah,
listen to the story of your nephew, O my cousin. And then it says he asked, O my nephew, what have you seen? Allah's messenger described whatever he had seen. Waraqah said, this is the same one who keeps the secrets whom Allah had sent to Moses.
You see his response? If what you're telling me is true, then the same namus that came to Moses has come to you. He confirmed Muhammad was a prophet like Moses. So if you believe this narration, a Christian monk or a Christian believer started Islam. You believe that narration? Because Muhammad thought he was demon-possessed. Who convinced him that if what you tell me is true, you're not demon-possessed, you're a prophet like Moses? Who? A Christian, right?
Yeah.